This is Joe Malone, Bulls Chat podcast. With us, the national champion, Fraser Cup winning head coach and general manager of the North Iowa Bulls, Todd Sanden. You just beat the Rochester Grizzlies this afternoon, 5-1 to win the cup. How's it feel?
It feels amazing, Joe. It's this kind of stuff never gets old. It's exciting every single time. It's an awesome feeling.
Now, we've talked previously about how a bunch of the players on this team have had, good athletic careers in high school, maybe in junior hockey, but have never won. How are they reacting to being champions right now?
Oh, they're elated. They're absolutely elated, and well deserved for them to feel that way.
Now, let's get into it here. First, the game did not start maybe the way that Bulls fans, and I'm guessing you, hoped for. Rochester got on the board first. Rochester has been a tough team to score against, and so being down early in this championship game, were you worried, or were you like, just work the system, boys? This is not the end of the world.
You're in game. We're somewhere between 55 and 60 games with our kids, so you're not going to win many games by shutouts. So at this stage of the year, you get scored on early in games and you have plenty of time to battle back. And that's kind of the way we look at it. If there's time on the clock and we're within striking distance, let's go.
And the first Bulls goal of the game came from a Jack Tremer tip right in front of the net about halfway through the first to even things up. And Rochester was playing tough in the first, and it seemed that I don't know, the intensity or the fluidity of what their game plan was just didn't last into the second period or into the third period the way that it did in the first. And the Bulls took full advantage of opportunities in the second period, scoring 3 goals, including 2 in under 2 minutes, with Wendorf and Freeman putting the Bulls up 3-1. Jorgensen adding a 4th with a couple of minutes to go into the second. That's where the Bulls really took over this game.
Yeah, and from our history, when we get goals in bunches, we're awful hard to contain. And this team hasn't done a ton of that. The struggle with this group of kids is to convert on chances. But obviously today, you say your prayers before all this stuff commences. And the prayers were answered today because we like the tip-in goal by Tremer off the face-off win from Jones and the shot from Wendorf. That's stuff we work on every week, just getting pucks to the net off of face-off wins, and it ends up in the net. So we feel pretty good going into after the first being knotted at 1. That was you just get a boost from that goal and just leveling the game. But the second period, our guys were buzzing. They were just in control, I felt like, for most of the second period.
And then third period, basically scoreless until an empty net goal by Carter Newpower with just about 2 minutes to play in the game, giving the Bulls the final score, 5-1. And that last minute, I think there was maybe about a minute and 17 seconds left when there was a whistle. How long did that minute take for you in real time to tick off the clock?
I tell you, when the games are really close, if it's a 1-goal game, it seems like forever. But because we had an advantage by a few, it really just allowed us to get the guys on the ice that we wanted to finish the game, our 20-year-olds, and obviously our captain, Sean Sullivan. And then it was just watching them enjoy the finish and watching some of the faces on the bench. And a kid like Brendan Sloth, who we know, we're both from Anoka, who he's never been on a good hockey team, he told me, and I'm sure he's been on some, but he's never been on a team that won as much as this team has. And just to see the satisfaction, the elation, the tears of joy on kids who have worked so hard, and this is a goal, as you know from following our program the entire 10 years. We set out to do this every year, and I'm that goofy hockey coach that thinks you can do it. So it wasn't as bad as it is if the game's really tight, but it certainly was enjoyable to watch that game finish up in our favor.
Well, I talked yesterday with you about how the team celebrated the semifinal win, and they'd have to bring it for a championship win celebration. They did. Yeah, it was above and beyond, which was cool to see.
I never get tired of seeing those gloves, sticks, and helmets strewn about your defensive zone after winning a championship. It never gets old.
Everybody bum rushing the goalie. Now, speaking of the goalies, how many goalies did you have dressed? Stokes played the whole game, only allowed the one goal. I saw Babacool was dressed, but he was wearing shorts underneath his pads. Is that normal goalie attire?
Okay, so for all of our players, guys who didn't play today, everybody on this team has had an impact in the season and how we've done. So in that moment when you feel like it's in hand, we just tell our guys, even though you weren't in the lineup tonight, go get your gear on. You come out and celebrate with the rest of us because we're all a part of it. So that was kind of what you saw with Bass in his shorts underneath his goalie gear. And it's such a credit to those kids because they're making the ultimate sacrifice and not playing in those games and still being great kids, great teammates, and supporting their teammates throughout.
Well, and all of them had an impact, whether it's in the playoffs or the Fraser Cup finals, those regular season games. If you don't win those, you don't get to this point.
No, and this group of kids has been phenomenal. They are so close, so tight. I wouldn't want to mess with any one of these guys because you have a pack running you down. They're that close and they're that tight.
Now, I saw the hats. I saw the medals. Are you still wearing yours right now?
I got my hat on my head. I didn't get a medal. I'm sure there's one in there for me somewhere, but I am proudly wearing my hat right now and excited to be so.
I can't wait for the merch to go on sale saying Fraser Cup Champs 2021. It's going to be awesome.
I hear you.
Now, let's talk about this. North Iowa Bulls, 10 years. This marks the 4th national championship. What does it mean to you to know that you have had this literal decade of dominance in the NA3HL?
I mean, with as much humility as I can take into that, we've been so blessed, Joe. I mean, the families that have sent their kids here, the kids that have come and done the work for us, the billets, the sponsors, our ownership, everybody involved that makes the North Iowa Bulls has a piece of this and has a piece of the 10 years. And the congratulations I got from kids from way back, from years 1 and 2, that have gone through this and done some of this, and some of the well wishes that we got before. A favorite guy of mine, Trey Gardner, sent us a great text on, you don't even know what I would give to go through one of those trips again. So the decade of dominance is something that I'm not all that comfortable with, the moniker, the slogan, but it is something to be reckoned with when your team has been that successful.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment on my social media right now, and I'm doing a horrible job at it, but Timmy Santapalo commented, one of the best feelings in the world, if I can paraphrase that picture of you guys holding up the trophy, doing the banner, sit, that whole scene for the camera. Really cool stuff. Really cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, it does not get old, and it's so rewarding every time.
Now, the celebration will continue on Tuesday afternoon, depending on when you're listening to this. That's either tomorrow or tonight, or it happened in the past. But the Bulls are planning on being back home at the Mason City Multipurpose Arena on Tuesday at about 5 o'clock. And we want all the fans, we want all the supporters, everybody to be there to welcome the boys and the bus back to Mason City, right?
Absolutely. That would be tremendous.
And you're bringing the trophy with you, correct?
Oh, the trophy is in Sean Sullivan's arms right now.
Okay. And I'm guessing that it's going to take a couple of guys to pry it free, right?
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing the cowbells, seeing the smiles, seeing the players, and welcoming back our champion North Iowa Bulls hockey team to North Iowa. Coach Sanden, congratulations, and we will chat with you tomorrow, okay?
Thank you so much, Joe.
That is the head coach, general manager of the Fraser Cup national champion North Iowa Bulls, Todd Sanden, here on the Bulls Chat podcast.